Hello everyone, this is Suganya, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, KSR College of Arts and Science for Women. Today we are going to discuss about .NET programming. Commands. .NET New initialize new projects or files based on predefined templates. .NET New Console and .NET New Web API. .NET Build compiles a project and its dependents into an executable or library. .NET Run build and runs the application from source code. .NET Test execute unit test within a project. .NET Clean deletes temporary build outputs and intermediate files. .NET Pack creates a NuGet package from a project. Data Reader. The ADO.NET data reader to retrieve a read-only, forward-only stream of data from a database. Result here returned as the query executes and are stored in the network buffer on the client until you request from using the read method of the data reader. Dataset. Dataset store a copy of data from the database tables. Dataset cannot directly retrieve data from databases. Data adapters are used to link database with dataset. If we see dramatically, databases, data providers, data adapters, dataset. Data adapter. Data adapter is a part of the ADO.NET data provider. Data adapter provides the communication between the dataset and the data source. We can use the data adapter in combination with the dataset object. That is, these two objects combine to enable both data access and data manipulation capabilities. Data controls. ASP.NET have 5 controls dedicated to the display of multiple values from a data source. These controls have several similarities. They all use template stacks to separate the controls data from its presentation. That is, the control does not provide a user interface, rather the user interface is customized by developer or nested templates elements. They also all supported data binding. In fact, these controls can only display content via data binding. These data controls vary in their flexibility, features, and speed. Data binding. Every ASP.NET Web Forms control inherits the data bind method from its parent control classes, which gives it an inherited capability to bind data to at least one of its properties. This is known as simple data binding or inline data binding. Simple data binding involves attaching any collection, item collection which implements the interfaces are the dataset and data table classes to the data source property of the control. On the other hand, some controls can bind records, list or columns of data into their structure through a data source control. These controls derive from the base data found control classes. This is called declarative data binding. The base data found control is an abstract class which is inherited by two or more abstract classes. Data found control, hierarchical data found control. The abstract class data found control is again inherited by two or more abstract classes. List control, composite data found control. Grid view. Grid view is a control used to display data in tables on a web page. It displays data in both rows and columns where each columns represent a field and each row represent a record. Grid view helps to perform key activities like insert, delete, sorting and pagination. XML classes. Net framework XML classes are two abstract classes, XML reader and XML writer. XML reader provides a fast forward only Read-only cursor for processing an XML document stream, XML text reader and XML text writer. These classes provide a fast, forward-only, non-cached way to read and write XML data respectively. Website security. Website security in ASP.NET involves a multiple factor approaches to product web application from various threats. Authentication. Authentication verifying the identify users. ASP.NET supports various authentication methods like forms authentication, Windows authentication, and external authentication services. Authorizations. Determining what authenticated users are allowed to access. It often involves role-based access control where user assigned role with specific permission. Thank you.